It's Monday, the 24th of November, 2025, and this is Tac0 admin. This is a political admin post. So first of all, I have a video which is called Zizek Joke 1. And in that video I make a joke about the different layers of the burqa and how that night we're going to undress it. And it was a joke, and I then described the importance of being able to joke. Because when we can joke, that means that we can enjoy each other's company. It's a way of easing tension so there's not hostilities. Okay, but that only works when it's in good intention. Okay, and the version I used there was Slovenia. I don't think it was Slovenia, but the Balkan states. They used to have this issue where they had all these different ethnic groups all clumped together, and they used to use racist humor as a way of diffusing that. It doesn't work if there is genuine hostility, or it's being done by a group of people who are politically designed as a racist institution, or have a reputation for not being able to know the timing of a joke. And unfortunately, I'm concerned that my joke there is being used to justify a stunt by Pauline Hanson where she wore the burqa into Parliament House. Now, the reason why I sort of see it as something which should have been allowed, because it was free communication, and she was able to use that to get her point across, is that why I kind of have disdain for it is because it was not meant in good fun. It wasn't meant as camaraderie. It was associated with her politics, which have a tone of racism to them sometimes. I don't want to rattle up too many feathers. I've already crossed paths with Flood Nation a couple of times, and I don't need that heat on me as well as everything else at the moment. But it was inappropriate. If you've got a member of the Greens, right, and a member of the Greens has a friend who's a Muslim, and that Muslim person grew up in a country where racist humour is normal, and he invites his friend who has this different political orientation, different view of the world, to engage in that racist humour, in that sense it is appropriate. It's when it's used as a tool, humour is used as a tool of oppression, which happens, and that usually happens when you have a strong majority group and a minority group. And in Australia, Muslims are a minority group. And that's the danger. It's not something. It's a way of looking at it which applies for specific places such as Slovenia and the Balkan states during a particular period of time. But it's also I do think it has some generalizability. I think it's very important to be able to joke about these things, and I think it's actually okay to use racist humour. But if you're using racist humour and you're going past a mosque and you're screaming at Islamic people, calling Muhammad a pedophile or those kinds of things, well, that's just uncivil behaviour, and that's indecent, and that's just behaviour intended to offend, while not being used for any useful purpose or overly sincere comedic purpose. So that's my main point I want to make today. The second point I need to make is that I have been shaped by all this fucking abuse and been terribly let down by people who I thought would be like, you have given me so much value, like, come on, like, I'm a decent human being, like, surely I care about my friend, I'm going to give them a fucking helping hand up. But what's happened instead is that I've had all these connections. I've had all these people who have happily profited from my work and gotten their cultural relevance. and then really just shafted me. And what I've learnt from that is the most important thing for me is that I need to be able to have control of my work. And that's because if I don't have control of my work, then I'm not going to get any of the fruits from it. And I'm pretty tired of being fucking robbed. So that's why I'm grumpy. That's why I don't take shit anymore. And that's why I am often quite hostile to people these days. There's been a temperament shift over time from me being this loving, caring, ultra left-wing social democrat, or I'd say more democratic socialist, to being like very world-wearied, social democrat, had enough of the bullshit of the left, because oh my god, there's some fuckwits here, bro. It's a large amount. Like, I don't think I'm a fan of the Liberal Party or anything like that. What they were doing with their fucking energy plan was despicable. The last election, it makes every sense in the world why they were annihilated. But I find these people who are just looking for opportunities for relevance and governance or something, and it's all me. Pay attention to me, without actually like trying to calculate a useful solution over and over fucking again, every fucking day. That's not something I say about, like, for all my frustrations with the Labour Party. I will say that the Labour Party knows how to get along with their public service. It does. What I always find frustrating with the Liberal Party is, like, it's so strange to me. It's like you've come into government from being in opposition, you're now in government, and you spent your time before coming to government saying that the public service is something that you're going to cut jobs for, and you're going to make them miserable and shit, and then you're going to be their boss, right? And then they're going to work fantastically for you. There's always that stuff like that, which I find counterproductive with the Liberal Party's approach. Because like, if you want to govern, get the people on side who you're governing. But like, I kind of at this point have to say, at the end of the day, you just need to own the shit. Because if you don't own the shit, people are going to gang rape you. Because people are not naturally good. They're in this to improve their standing in a social order, get their attention, get their opportunities, and the being idealistic, working towards it so other people will pay you back, just being civil, it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't fucking work. You need to crush skulls. And that's where I'm at these days. Have a lovely day, everyone.